I've spent the last 30 days living with the JBL Xtreme 5, and honestly, it's a bit of a contradiction. On one hand, it's arguably the best party speaker JBL has ever built. On the other, it's a design choice that might just drive you crazy. If you're thinking about dropping $400 on this stuff, you need to hear the brutal truth about what's actually changed under the hood before you waste your money on the wrong model. Today, we're going deep, not just on the marketing claims, but on how this speaker actually survives, sounds, and performs in real-world, everyday use. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's bigger. It's wider. It's 1.5 centimeters taller than its predecessor. JBL basically took the Xtreme 4 and put it on a bulk cycle. The new Mac control panel on top adds a perceived weight that makes it feel like a heavy unit. Why does this matter? Because for a portable speaker, that 2.9 kilogram weight is significant. If you're hiking or carrying this around at a festival, you are going to feel it. But here's the trade-off. It's built like a tank. With an IP68 rating, you can drop this in a pool, throw it in the mud, or leave it out in the rain, and it'll keep playing. It's undeniably durable, but it feels less like a portable speaker and more like a piece of rugged studio equipment. I've noticed the fabric weave is tighter, too, which is great for longevity, but it makes cleaning off dust a bit more of a chore than on the older models. Now, let's dig into the comparison against the Xtreme 4. When you hold them side by side, the Xtreme 4 feels almost entry-level compared to the refined materials of the 5. The Xtreme 4 was solid, but it had this slight hollowness when you tapped on the sides of the housing. With the 5, that is completely gone. JBL added more internal bracing and a redesigned resonance chamber, which makes the whole unit feel incredibly dense. In terms of aesthetics, the Xtreme 4 had those iconic side caps that were a bit prone to scratching if you set the speaker down on its end. The Xtreme 5 has reinforced those caps with a high-density polymer that seems much more resistant to those everyday scuffs. Now, let's get into the part you really care about, the sound. JBL claims 130W output when plugged in, and it drops to 90W on battery. That drop is noticeable if you're trying to power a large outdoor space. However, the clarity is the real winner here. It makes the Xtreme 4 sound a bit cluttered and muddy in the mid-range. The bass is deep, probing, and, crucially, doesn't wash out the vocals. I've been using the new 7-band EQ in the JBL app to dial in the sound for different environments. This is a massive upgrade over the 5-band version we were stuck with last year on the Xtreme 4. You can actually cut the harsh highs in a concrete garage or boost the mids in an open field. To really understand the sound profile, I tested this across 3 different genres: electronic, rock, and acoustic. For electronic music, the sub-bass extension is phenomenal. It holds its own even at high volumes compared to the 4, which would start to distort around the 80% volume mark. The Xtreme 5 handles those low-end frequencies with a lot more composure. But for acoustic tracks, I found the vocals to be slightly recessed compared to the lower mids. If you're a fan of acoustic music, you'll definitely need to spend some time in that 7-band EQ to pull the vocals forward. But a quick warning, avoid the playtime boost mode at all costs. It completely kills the sub-bass, pushes the mids to sound compressed, and honestly, it makes a premium speaker sound like a cheap tin can. Don't do it to yourself. By the way, if you're enjoying these deep dive audits, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you these no-fluff, brutal truth reviews that save you from making expensive tech mistakes. Moving into the daily experience, one of my favorite hidden features is the USB-C port. It's not just for charging the speaker, You can actually use it to power up your phone if you're out and about. It's a total lifesaver when your phone dies mid-party. Plus, with the implementation of Bluetooth 6.0 and Auracast, you can link up multiple JBL speakers to blast music throughout your house without the lag issues we saw in previous iterations. This is perfect if you're trying to build a multi-room setup on a budget. Compared to the Xtreme 4, the connection stability on the 5 is noticeably improved. I've been walking across my house with my phone in my pocket, and the signal rarely dropped, whereas the 4 would occasionally struggle if I went behind a thick wall. But we have to talk about a major oversight. For a $400 speaker, there is no built-in microphone, no hands-free calling, no voice-assistant integration. If you're someone who likes to take calls on your speaker or use voice commands, this is going to be a huge disappointment. It's a strange omission that makes the device feel less like a smart speaker and more like a dedicated audio brick. I've also been paying close attention to the battery degradation. In my first week, I was getting a solid 24 hours of playback. But after 30 days of heavy, high-volume cycling, that number has dropped to about 21 hours. That's still impressive, but it's worth noting that your mileage will vary depending on how hard you push it. So, is it worth the upgrade? If you're coming from an Xtreme 3 or something even older, absolutely. The jump in clarity, the battery efficiency, and the build quality make this a massive win. But if you're currently rocking an Xtreme 4, I'd suggest holding off. The Xtreme 5 is better, but it's heavier, it's pricier, and it's not a revolutionary leap that justifies the extra cash for casual daily listening. Ultimately, you're paying for the refinement, not a whole new experience. If you're still on the fence, drop a comment below. I'm answering everyone's questions about the battery life and comparisons. And if you want more honest, no fluff audits, make sure you're subscribed to Tech Lookout. I've got more deep dives coming on the rest of the 2026 audio lineup, including a full comparison against the Marshall range. Catch you in the next one.